right, so we'll move on to our number 4. Jordan.
Oh, I get to go first every time.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to mix it up. No, since you
Okay.
wanted to be first. Chuck, you can go first. What's your number 4, Chuck? Number 4 of all time.
This is probably going to annoy Jordan. It's Rock Band 2.
Nice.
I mean, I've probably put more hours in that game than anything, and it's got me fitter than any other game did.
Yeah.
I mean, I already love drums. I play the drums, and
Me and Chuck
Man,
used to
just-
rock out back in the day.
we would
Not
sit
rock
in a
band,
room
real
like
rock.
this size, 4 of us playing
Dude, this is a
game.
giant studio. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
uh-huh.
Don't give away.
Okay,
Don't give
yeah.
away the magic. This is filmed at like a professional studio.
With instruments. You know, you get crazy and hit the fan up in the
Yeah, it's awesome.
ceiling.
I just remember the drumsticks that came with them. Like I broke those immediately.
Oh, you just hear click, 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 click.
I probably had to get those. They sold pads, right, that you put onto the.
Well, that was later on.
Yeah.
Rock Band 2 didn't quite have that one on it. But Rock Band 2 did have like the biggest set list that it came with. It came with like 84 songs. And it came out to be like 1,400 by the end. So there was so much you could play on it. I mean,
spent
it
so
taught
much
me
money on that
timing.
game.
It helped. I mean, we even took a practice drum pad that we went and bought from like a music store.
Yeah.
And we put a sensor inside of it from one of the kits. And we used a real pedal that had a thumper on it that you
Nice.
use on a real kit. And we set it up. It worked. It didn't work very good. It wasn't as good as a regular pedal. But we were tired of buying those things because we broke like
They
4
always
of them.
broke, yeah.
Yeah, the pedal I duct taped together.
No, I thought that if you were into the drum, which I'm a horrible drummer, I'm
Same here, yeah.
horrible at drumming in real life, on the game, and all that stuff. But I was like, if you were into drumming, this is at least it's realistic because you're gonna train yourself on being a better drummer by doing this because
Right.
you're just getting the coordination down and the timing and everything like that. Unlike with the guitar, where
it's
you're
obviously
only
not
using
like a
4
guitar.
or 5 buttons, and it's just not the same.
Now, I remember yelling at people during this game because, like, you be going and then the singer can't keep up and kills the whole thing. So we
Like a real band, you're like, get your crap together, man, come on.
I'm tired of playing this song like 500 times in a row because this guy can't do it.
Dude, here they're booing us. They're booing us.
How do you
put
not
it
get
on,
the
put it on
singing
medium,
down?
stop
You
on the
just-
expert.
No, because the singing
When you're
had
singing
like
Run to the Hills, run to the, it gets crazy.
But does it match your tone, or does it
No,
just?
I don't
No,
think
it
it
does.
gotta-
It does. You have to hit the octaves.
I just yeah. Now, real quick,
I
my
didn't
number,
play that.
real quick. I don't want to interrupt, but my number 4 is also Rock Band 2. So I'll just continue the conversation
fair
here.
enough.
I do remember with Rock Band 2, we ended up buying the fog machine. I think I talked about this.
It's awesome. That thing is great.
Yeah, they have lights too.
lights,
awesome.
lights, and
That
fog.
coordinate with the music.
Yeah. And so
Deep
The
into
funny
Rock
thing,
Band
yeah,
world.
it was actually really awesome. But we turned it on, and we were kind of in a small room, not unlike this room, which is gigantic. It was a small room, and yeah, it filled up with smoke real quick. Like, couldn't see your hand in front of your face, but you could see these flashing lights, and we were still playing. We're like,
concert.
just keep looking, look through the smoke. But yeah, absolutely fond memories of that game. Now, I do agree. I spent way too much money on that game.
Yeah, I've
probably
spent so much money
much
on songs
money.
and stuff.
easily like.
I've never
500
played.
Right, and there. But I played that stupid Weezer song, "Say It Ain't So."
I hate that song
Yeah.
to this day.
Yeah.
Because
So
of Rock
boring.
Band? Or?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, so that's the only thing about Rock Band that I didn't like. And there's a couple songs that I love now because of Rock Band, which is great. Like I always loved the Foo Fighter song Everlong, but that drum thing. But my wife was excellent at drumming too. It's crazy. It's just awesome. But I remember my dad coming over. He played drums when he was younger, and he's like this. He was kind of the opposite. He's like, this doesn't make sense because he was trying to cross his arms, and you don't really want to. You can do that in the game, but you really shouldn't. But
If you get like the cymbal kit, it works a little bit.
I
Again,
bought the
that's a
cymbal
later
kit.
one.
Oh, I forgot about the
I've
cymbal
got
kit.
the cymbal kit also.
well, then they had like a professional, like actual digital
Yeah.
drum thing that you could
I mean,
hook
it
up
was
to.
just
It was a
like,
third party,
It
yeah.
was a cheap,
Third,
you know,
like a
electronic
digital
kit. I mean,
yeah.
you could really hook it to an amplifier and play with it.
Yeah.
It was called the Ion, I think.
But that game, those games, the reason they were great is they gave you like there was a moment where like reality slipped and you really did think like you were rocking out. Like I was about to kick something over and like
Well, if you're drumming with a
drums is
real
clear.
drum kit, then you are rocking out. They're
I'd end
just
up
telling you when to
sweating,
hit.
You know?
I do appreciate the value of the drums for that game, even though I hate the game.
all right. So that's me and Chuck's number 4.
I liked how you coordinated that. You guys both got number 4.
Yeah,
Good job.
yeah.
Yeah, that was well done on the coordination without talking about it.
All right. So now we will
appreciate
move to Gerald's number 4. Gerald, what's your number 4
All
game?
right, this came out in 1998.
Wow, a lot of
Same year, I think.
Yeah.
Good year for video games, 1998. From Nintendo on the Game Boy, Pokemon Red.
I thought about putting Pokemon on my list.
See, I
and
didn't
make it.
play any of the Pokemons.
Red is
What?
the one
Red,
I had as well.
red or blue, either one works. For
Okay,
me.
Red is my favorite color, so that's why I got red. But you know.
Was there a difference?
Yeah, there's different Pokemon you can get, and you could trade
And then
back.
you
It was
could
like
get them all together.
20 different
but you
ones.
needed both.
Yeah.
Now this game was for the Game Boy, just regular.
Came out for the original
Color.
Game Boy, and then they came out for Game Boy
like a
Color
black
version.
and white Game Boy.
I think it came out
No,
for...
I thought it started with the Game Boy Advance.
No. So Red and
anything, it
Blue
would make
came
it
out on the
color,
regular
but-
Game Boy, and then Pokemon Yellow,
Was
which
it
is pretty much the same
color?
Game Boy with Pikachu following you, came
yeah.
out on the Game Boy Color.
Oh, okay. Well,
And
I had
how
a
ma-
color when I played. It was red.
Yeah, you can still play it on color. They came out, I think.
Well,
they
yeah, that
released
was
it.
backwards compatible.
I never had a regular one, so.
I had-
Yeah, I
Big old
played.
brick.
Yeah, I didn't have the brick. I got the color in like 8th grade. I think it was 98, actually 8th grade. That's
Yeah.
when I got the color, and I got Pokemon Red.
But so many hours. That was like the first. I mean, it was a puzzle game, and it was a strategy game, and it was a multiplayer
RPG,
game because
you
you need to figure out, friends. I need to trade my my Haunter. I need Gengar. Come on, we need to trade.
So
Or
so
you
you would,
fight. You know?
Yeah, or you battle, of course.
so you would literally trade creatures from your other friend's saved game on another Game Boy?
Yeah.
you'd
How do
link-
they
and
do?
blue.
Oh,
System
with
link
a,
cable.
well,
You'd
with
link-
an
you had a
actual-
link
It had that
cable.
System link cable.
Yeah.
See,
But there
I-
were specific Pokemon. Like you had a Machoke. He could only. Excuse me.
I'm just trying to make sure you're not screaming.
Don't touch me.
You're getting really excited about Pokemon.
No, but there were specific Pokemon where like he can't evolve until it's traded.
Yeah,
with
I'm a
somebody.
champ. You can't give him a
Yeah, you can't
champ.
get Machamp. You can't get Gengar. You can't get
Yeah.
Now,
We would-
Abracadabra.
now I have a
Sure.
question. What is the? I don't know the background of it. But did it start as a cartoon and then become?
No, the cartoon came after the
Game
game.
first.
Game first, yeah.
Okay,
for
and it was
sure.
released earlier in Japan and then came here. And
I
became-
remember
I
having.
think it was like I think it came out in '97 in Japan.
Okay, so yeah, pretty much the same time.
So like I was a nerd, but I tried my best not to be like extrovert nerd. I don't want
Yeah.
everyone to know I was a nerd. So I remember being on the bus and being like, "Hey nerd, don't talk about it, but hey, you got Gengar." I'm like, let's make a deal because I got an Eevee who needs to be evolved here, and I need a Thunderstone. I don't have a Jolteon yet, and I see
Okay,
you got
you've
an
lost me.
extra one.
You've lost me. At this point, you could just be making it up.
And then there was the spot where you can get the glitch Pokemon, right?
Yeah,
Like
Number
going back and forth.
Number 9 or something like that.
Something weird like that. Mashingo? Was that his name?
Missing no.
Yeah.
yeah,
Missing
missing
no.
no.
All right.
It was just scrambled
Missing
up on the
number.
screen. It was broken.
Yeah.
But yeah, hours.
But once you
hours.
did that, you broke the game.
And that
but you would
stupid
get
truck.
like, I think you could get Mew that way. That's how you got Mew.
Mewtwo. I know that guy.
No, Mewtwo you could get legitimately, but Mew, I think you had to break the game to get.
No, you couldn't get Mew
couldn't get
unless
Mew
you got it
without
from
a
like
Game
a
Genie.
tournament. Or they gave him
Yeah,
a
Game
tournament.
Wait, they had a
I
Game
thought
Genie
if you-
for the Game Boy?
Game Shark, I think.
It might have been a Game Genie.
I
Maybe.
thought that once you got missing number, you could get Mew. I don't know. I don't
Anyways,
know. It's been a
well,
long
Missing number
time,
was
but-
like
It
that
will
is
break
Mew.
the game is what it's
That
gonna
was
do.
supposed
That
to be
was
Mew,
Mew?
but like they took Mew out of the game. But they
I
left that.
swear we had Mew. But
I remember
Alright.
how many balls did you waste at the Safari Park?
And then they came
Trying
out.
to get
Oh,
Scyther.
the Safari Park. Oh God, 30, 40
I can go on for
balls.
hours.
I
All
can
right, we can do a
clearly tell.
Pokemon.
Did
Did you
It's gonna
guys
be a
do the
long one
Pokemon
here.
Stadium?
You know we're only
yeah,
at
dude.
Pokemon
the
Stadium was
whole
a
game, huh?
Pokemon
All right,
Stadium,
all right.
I know. Pokemon Snap. Pokemon should have been a whole.
I
If we could have
freaking
grouped
love
them,
Pokemon.
I would have done Pokemon
Maybe that'll
number
be an
5.
episode someday.
All right, Jordan. What's
Wow.
your number 4?
Jordan, what is your number
Oh,
4?
my number 4. Oh, I had to add in it a game. I love all Final Fantasy games. You make me choose one, I'll choose it. It's 9. I
Really?
love Final
Over
Fantasy
7.
9.
Wow.
Yes. Oh well, I wasn't into 7 as much as everybody else. I didn't finish 7 all the way through. I actually started Final Fantasy with 8, and I loved 8. I went back and played 7 after that, but they were more serious. And 9 was kind of more. They brought it back down. They brought it back to more the way 5 or. It gets confusing with the fantasy numbers because
Well,
it's
it's
like
3 and
Japan. It was
6.
3 and 4, and then here it was 5 or 6 or
right,
whatever.
but the
it
one
was.
after it, right?
But those were more, job based, and you were specifically a red mage, or you're specifically a monk, or you were this and that. And it kind of brought it back to that. There was like a Saiyan was the main character. I wasn't a Saiyan, but he was a monkey human. And it was like a Saiyan, and I love Dragon Ball Z. I love the main character. It was the first Final Fantasy that I just went all the way through it, did everything you could do, beat it completely, loved Chocobos. I love it. It just brought it back to what it was that I never really played. I played those Super Nintendo ones much later, and I loved them. And since 9 was my introduction to that, it was just awesome. So yeah, Final Fantasy 9, special place in my heart for it. It's my favorite Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy has to hit your top 5 list.
Here's
this is rough. I hate Final Fantasy games.
no, I like
love
them.
them.
ones.
I love the
Funny.
old-
I played the first one on NES. It was one of the only NES
love that
games,
game.
and I played it for a little bit. I just don't like turn-based fighting. I can't stand it.
I had multiple on my list. I like turn-based
It's the
fighting.
classic.
Yeah,
It's
so
the-
I mean, the only turn-based game I like is like Civ, but like turn-based fighting stuff, I just can't get into any of those JRPGs that play
the-
like that.
Here's
There
the-
can-
go ahead.
Oh, there's bad turn-based fighting where it's like there's no losing, but when you have to really think about it and really like strategize to how you're going to win this battle, it can be awesome. I enjoy turn-based fighting.
The only reason I don't like Final Fantasy IX, it has more to do with you than anything. I would come over to spend the night during, high school, and you would just play that game. It's a single player game.
You're just
like,
watching. Wow,
Hey,
this is
buddy,
really
sorry.
You're like, this game's awesome.
Maybe you should have been more entertaining.
No, so I remember playing, and I just remember the long cutscenes in those games. Like when you would
long.
summon
Oh,
a
yeah.
dragon, it would take like 45 minutes, and you're like, isn't this so cool? I'm like, I'm sitting there.
I mean, after like the 50th time you've seen it,
I'm
you're
like, is
"That's
your
what
mom
that
going to
is."
make some Tostita pizza rolls or something? Anyways,
You're at the wrong house. That's Chuck's house.
yeah, that's true. All right, so that was your number 4.